Hi you guys. So today we are going to be doing the vodka drink in our Halloween series. Very excited for this one, you guys. I think you're really gonna enjoy it. I think it's definitely the creepiest looking and you'll see why. So let's jump right into it. First thing we're gonna start off with is about half an ounce or so of lemon juice. You can totally measure if you'd like to into a jigger. You can use, you can squeeze the juice fresh and then use a tablespoon to measure, or you can guesstimate. Guesstimating is not always a bad thing. Save your half of a lemon, your half of the used lemon, because that's going to come into play later. So half an ounce of lemon juice. You're going to take about a half an ounce of rosemary syrup, which I have over here. I will include the recipe for that in with the recipe for the cocktail. So just a tablespoon or half an ounce, same thing, of rosemary syrup. And then to amplify the rosemary just a little bit, we're gonna throw in just a couple of rosemary leaves. Sure, we'll call them leaves. You can probably do from 3 to 5. Start there, just a little bit. You can see it's not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And we'll add just an extra little herbaceous kick to this drink. Next thing we're gonna add is a full ounce of lapsang souchong tea. I ordered from Harney Sons on the internet, and I'm not sponsored, by the way. It was very, very difficult to find this tea in shops, grocery stores, coffee shops even. So wherever you might be in the world, it might be easier to find, but for me in LA, it was surprisingly very difficult. So you're gonna take a full ounce of this tea. I'm gonna try not to spill it everywhere. I brewed mine according to the package directions, so I would suggest to follow the same so you get a nice strong brew. The smell on this is like campfire. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely amazing. And then, almost there, almost to the vodka. We're gonna come in with a little bit of black sesame powder. If you have an allergy, obviously omit this ingredient. However, I find that by adding, I have a 1/4 teaspoon measure here, I'm gonna do half of this. So 1/8 of a teaspoon, you really don't need a lot. A little bit of this stuff goes a very, very long way. It adds a really lovely nuttiness to this cocktail. It just opens it up in ways that tiny little amount of an ingredient you wouldn't expect, but it makes a big difference. So again, if you're allergic, obviously don't include it. But if you are able to consume sesame, give it a try. It really doesn't do anything to the texture. It's so little that yes, there's the flecks of the sesame powder don't dissolve per se, but you don't notice them. It's not gritty, it's not overpowering. And then last but not least, I'm gonna come in with 2 ounces of vodka. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot. The thing that makes it look so creepy. A lot of folks will say, activated charcoal, use activated charcoal in your drinks. It's great, it's great, it's great. I'm not saying it's not great. I think that there's totally a time and a place for the usage of activated charcoal. However, upon a little bit of research, if you are on certain kinds of medications, the activated charcoal can interfere with that. And especially when you're working at a bar, if you don't know people's medical history, you could be giving them a drink that, unbeknownst to them, is gonna affect how their medications work. So if you know that it's just you or just friends who are not using any sort of medication that could be affected by the activated charcoal, by all means, go right ahead and do it. I'm all about it. Great, awesome. Those drinks are so pretty. They're absolutely stunningly gorgeous. However, if you're not feeling like that's something that you can have or something that you feel comfortable serving. I know a lot of people will get on my case about this because it's artificial, but it is safe to use for most folks unless you have an allergy to these kinds of dyes. So really what I'm trying to say is use whatever you know is safe for yourself and your guests. And if you are a bartender in a professional setting, just be mindful of what's going into your drinks, making sure that you're keeping the well-being of your customers at the forefront of the drink making and the drink enjoying. So that being said, I am not on any medications that would be affected by activated charcoal. However, in the interest of using something that might be a little bit more widely accessible, we're gonna use black food coloring. 3 drops, that's it. We're not dumping the whole bottle in here, so it's really not a whole lot. Just, that's all you need. All you need, and you'll be good to go. So that's our mix. We're gonna throw some ice in here and give this a nice shake. Right. Here we go. That color is so cool, you guys. It's not a true opaque black, but it's really, really pretty. So now what we're gonna do, you will get a little bit of dye on your fingers if you're using the food dye. Just be warned, it washes off, it's fine. What we're gonna do for our garnish and our glass, we're gonna take that lemon that we squeezed earlier, and we're going to, kind of like you would rim a margarita, you're going to rim as much of the glass as you'd like. I did a half rim and then down a little ways so you really get a very aesthetically pleasing glass. But you could do just the rim, you could do just the side, however you want to do it, with black sanding sugar. So that'll lend a little bit extra sweetness to the drink. It also looks pretty cool, I think. So that's my suggested garnish, and then we'll give it a nice big healthy lemon peel as well. So let's strain this bad boy. Let's see what we've got. The color, you guys. Oh my goodness. It looks like a small pour. You can totally serve this over ice, but I think that there's something kind of elegant and funky about how it looks in this glass. It also just depends on what kind of glass you're using. So don't worry, you're still getting a full cocktail in there. Set that off to the side, and then we'll grab a lemon. Aha, and a peeler. And we're gonna give a nice, let's see if I can do this. Getting peels was never, I was never the best at it, but. All right. Take that, you're gonna wanna express it over the top. Get some of those nice oils in there. And give it a little twist. Place it on top. That's it, you guys. This very lovely, very spooky cocktail. Give it a taste. Move that to the side. Wipe my hands. The food dye does get everywhere, so it really is kind of a choose your own adventure in that regard. Whatever you feel comfortable using for yourself and the people you're serving. It smells really good. You can smell the lemon and the nuttiness and the smoke. That's tasty, you guys. That's totally tasty. All of those different elements come through of each of the different ingredients. and they come through in layers, which is so lovely. You get a little bit of that smoke and the nuttiness and the lemon and the herbaceousness. This is one that I hope you guys will really enjoy. Let me know how it goes for you making this drink. Let me know what you used to turn your drink black, if you used the activated charcoal, if you used the food dye. Let me know if you omitted the sesame seed powder. Let me know if you tried it. You could totally try this with a more flavor forward spirit, a rum or a tequila if that's your preference. I think the vodka is nice because it lets the different flavors shine through. But whatever you feel like playing with, give it a shot, let me know, and cheers, guys. Happy drinking.